in the camera.
Those are interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a lot going on.
You shouldn't have pointed them out. I can't, like, maybe we'll look at anything else.
It's all right.
Andy, we just heard from Dennis that Mike's going on IR. I mean, just for you, not really ever getting a chance to play with him this year, how disappointing is that for you?
Yeah, obviously we know what Mike has been able to do in this offense, and we'd love to have him out there, but for him the most important thing is getting healthy at this point.
Did you get a chance to see how hard he was working to try to get back, just being around him here in the facility?
Yeah, ever since I've been here and seen him in this building, he does everything he can to make sure that he can put himself in the best possible situation. And it's unfortunate just throughout the last couple of years he's had the injuries that he's had, and sometimes it just happens that way. But it's a guy that will do anything in his power to try to get back.
Andy, you guys have learned to play without him, obviously. Does it help somewhat to have a definitive answer on not necessarily an exhale, but moving forward, I guess, to not say, okay, he's going to come, he's not going to come? Do you just kind of, now do you get a chance to kind of definitively move?
Yeah, I think for us it would be harder if Mike was out here and then all of a sudden we lost him. Especially for me personally, as been playing with this group for a while now, and so we understand our group. But I mean, I definitely wouldn't say it's an exhale to know what's going on. We obviously want Mike back out here, just because the type of talent that he's got and the things that he can do to help us.
Andy, now that you've run this offense for a few weeks, how would you describe it? How is it different maybe than other offenses you've run? Like if somebody asked you, what is like the defining characteristic of which you would say this offense is?
Yeah, I think we've been so good at being balanced and being able to be really good on first and second down, get those positive gains to allow us to be in third and manageable situations. I think we've been running the ball really well, and that's allowed us to be in those manageable situations. And I think at the end of the day, you look at our offense and say we've been really efficient with everything that we've been able to do.
How would you describe Pete as a play caller, like from what you're getting from him?
Pete's done a great job. He understands the flow of the game, and we know exactly what we're trying to do offensively, and that's a big testament to who he is as a person, as a play caller, and the way he's been able to kind of lead this offense.
Is he also somebody who does a really good job of just understanding who he's got on the field and utilizing their strengths? I mean, it's looked a little bit different between you and Jameis even.
Yeah, I think for us and just kind of where we're at, we've got a lot of different guys that are getting involved. So I think that's an aspect too of understanding our guys and understanding putting ourselves in the best position as possible.
Are things different for you sort of settling in as the starter? I guess is that different for you at all? Just like kind of knowing that's locked in.
Yeah, even when I wasn't playing, I feel like I was preparing the same way. Now I'm out there on Sundays, and so I mean, it's from the standpoint of not going into each week knowing am I going to play, am I not going to play. Yeah, that I would definitely say that's definitely nice, but from a preparation standpoint, I mean, nothing's really changed.
Andy, you had some tough primetime games early in your career. Did you ever feel like you had to overcome that, or like were pressing because of that?
No, I don't think so. Obviously, early on we, had some primetime games against some really good teams, and weren't able to come out with victories in those games. But that's nothing that I'm concerned about.
I mean, with players being so routine-oriented, does it matter what time of the day you play? Like, I know people, like, there's so many, like, storylines, and people will put primetime storylines out there, but does it change anything for you?
The biggest change is you got to wait longer on game day. I think that's the biggest thing, but everything else, it's pretty routine.
Andy, what stands out to you about Alvin's just on-field intelligence and on the sidelines and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it's one thing that's been fun to play with him and just to get to work with him, because there's constant communication back there, things that he sees, things that I see, just the communication that we've been able to have. And when you can have that communication and it translates into the games, into big plays and things that he was able to do. I mean, last week you can just see that's just him understanding football and allowing himself to be in the best position that he can be in to get open, and I mean the rest. I mean he can make big plays that way.
How much of those conversations help you just when you are out there with them and, hey, I see this and let's try that? Like, is there a lot of that? Like, does it open stuff up?
Yeah, I think with anything in life, if you communicate well, I think everybody will feel comfortable and everybody feels like they're on the same page, and I think that's just kind of where it's been.
Does he see things at a different level than other guys?
I think he does a great job of understanding how people have played him, and I think he can take the experience of that and apply it to what's going on in that moment. And I think that showed with, last week, just him understanding on certain routes they may play him a certain way, and he knows how to get open.
And does his Ravens defense look a lot like it did when you were in the division with him?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely similarities. Obviously, a new coordinator, and but a coordinator that has been there before. So, I mean, there's definitely some similarities to what I've seen throughout the years.
Do you feel like you know the Ravens about as well as any other team, having played them so much, or does things change fast, like you were kind of just alluding to?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of games against the Ravens. A lot of times going against that defense, against this team, and I mean, it's been a good team for a long time.
When a team acquires like a really good player and you haven't seen him in that defense before, how do you prepare for that?
I got to see him all last year in Chicago.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, Roquan's he's a great player, and I mean, I think he's leading the league in tackles right now, and it doesn't surprise me. He's a guy that is really good at football. So, we'll see how they use him.
Speaking of prime time, earlier at least, you can't really tell in the Dome because it's closed, but a night atmosphere. This will be your first one as the Saints. Are you looking forward to that?
I am. I think we've had a great atmosphere each week that we've played in the Dome, and I expect there to be a little extra incentive for this one being Monday Night Football.
Andy, what kind of a relationship have you built up with the guys that you've had that you're throwing the ball to right now, like with the Olaves and Traquans and all those guys, and like how comfortable are you with them? Since Mike's not going to be part of it.
Yeah, I feel really comfortable, and I feel like we've been able to get, like I was saying earlier, a lot of guys involved, and again, it goes back to the communication, making sure everybody's on the same page and seeing things the same way and running routes the way we expect them to be run, and we feel good about the guys that we've got.
Jarvis Landry was seen back out there. He might have lost Mike Thomas, but is it good to at least get one of the two who are hurt back?
Yeah, I mean, we'll be opening, when Jarvis comes back, we'll accept him with open arms, whenever that time comes. So good to see him back out on the field, though. All right, thank you all.
Thanks, Andy.
Thanks, man.